Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. G, coming at you with the Chapter 2, Lesson 1 questions on studying geography. I know what you're thinking. What in the world does geography have to do with history? Well, I'll tell you, it has everything in the world to do with history. Geography brings together the physical and human dimensions of the world by studying people, places, and environments. Some civilizations thrived simply because of the geographical landscapes around them, like Egypt, which was surrounded by desert, which protected it from invaders. Studying globes and maps can tell us a lot about history that we don't already know. It can even answer important questions like,
where on earth is Carmen Sandiego?
alright, maybe it's not the most important question, but you can see from this lesson how important it is to be able to read and understand maps. Using map elements like a map key, scale, and cardinal directions is vital in being able to study world history. I know there's a lot that went into this lesson, a lot of terminology and a lot of difficult concepts, and you may be lost. But you know what helps if you're lost? A map.
Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. G. Open your mind and your heart and let's take a closer look at historical events that shape who we are today, here on History in the Round.
Let's get into the questions. Number 1, how do latitude and longitude help identify your exact location on the Earth? Remember that latitude and longitude lines are imaginary lines that make up a grid system. You can use this grid system to find intersecting lines and find absolute location. Number 2, why would a scale be helpful when trying to determine distances on a physical map? Remember that when we looked at a map, there were different types of elements. You had a key, you had cardinal directions, and you also had a scale. That scale shows the proportional distances displayed on a map. You can use it to determine the size of large physical features or the distance between two places. What type of map would you choose to find the borders between countries and why? Remember we talked about two different types of maps. You have physical maps which show natural geographic features like mountains, bodies of water, and land. And then you have a political map which displays human-made elements such as state borders, countries, and cities. Number 4, why do map makers have to choose between showing the correct land shapes or distances of the Earth? Remember that when you take a globe and you try to flatten it into a map, you are going to distort some parts of that map. You can never have a perfect representation of what that globe was on a flat surface. Because maps are flat instead of round, they distort either the size or the shape. What is the difference between a chart and a diagram? A chart is a type of table that displays data in organized ways. A diagram, however, is usually a drawing that's used to show how a process or an object works. You usually have labels on the diagram as well. Number 6, how might migration lead to the spread and mixing of cultures? Remember that when you migrate, you move. Migration is when groups of people are moving. And migration brings a new group of people to settle in a new area. If other people are already living there, then one or both cultures might take on the characteristics of the other. We call this cultural diffusion. And number 7, write a paragraph explaining which essential elements of geography you would use to study the weather in an area. So the study of weather might involve physical geography. Environment and society could be involved in studying how the weather of a region affects people's activities, and you can also look at physical systems because physical systems takes care of physical features such as hurricanes, volcanoes, and natural disasters. Hope this helped. Get those questions and answers submitted on time. See you soon.